Okay, so the other guy who's right now on the screen is Zhang Fei. What do you guys think about him?
Personally, for me, with Zhang Fei, I would have rather them just done Liu Bei. I don't know why they would do all three of the brothers. Maybe just make them all three the same general. I think you could have gotten a lot more diversity from going with different commanders and letting different commanders in instead of using three from the same faction or two or however many you put in.
I mean, I think faction affiliation doesn't really matter in this case. All it matters is about what type of commander they are, and also maybe okay, we have here we have Cao Cao, right? Okay, he's really easily one of the most famous. He won historically, right? So obviously he's gonna be there. And then we have Zhang Fei and Guan Yu, but we also have a lot other more famous than those other guys. Not Cao Cao, but as famous as Cao Cao commanders that are not here, like the Sun family, Sun Jian, Sun Ren, Sun Ce. Um, yeah, we have Liu Bei, also really famous commander from that period. We have
You have Lu
like
Bu. I mean,
yeah, also
he's
Lu Bu.
he's
Yeah,
my shot cav commander to me. I
that's
don't
what I
know
said.
about
Like maybe they're just keeping them for later. Like I even said on the previous podcast, I believe, or maybe even the first one, that I think they're gonna wait with Chinese faction and introduce it, later on as a huge marketing push is about to happen, like open beta. Okay, open beta time for Chinese faction. Time to hype up our Chinese audience about this. They're going with it now. I mean, maybe that marketing push is happening now. I don't know. Um, but yeah, they might still keeping an ace in a sleeve for later on. And okay, you've got the Chinese faction, you got the three commanders, you got hyped up, great. And now we drop Lubu. Lubu, he's your fan favorite, right? Let's go play him. And they just may be holding them off for that point. So don't start
There's a
with the
lot they could
three
add.
best commanders, right? Start with one really famous commander, Cao Cao, and two other like less known ones, and keep the better ones, the most famous ones for later.
The thing is, those characters like Liu Bu and Cao Cao are very famous in Western communities, which like only know Chinese history and the Three Kingdoms period from the game mostly. Other characters like Guan Yu, Xu Liang, Zhang Fei are very popular even in uh, actual Chinese culture because Guan Yu, for example, the third guy in green, is a famous example of loyalty and righteousness, and he still has shrines in China, and that might be part of the decision which champion or which commander to implement in Total War Arena.
True, that's a very good argument. I mean, I don't know about the Chinese popularity, so I can only talk about it from the Western standpoint. But I would imagine it would more or less reflect what is in China. But then again, that's kind of a unique thing for them. So maybe they have them as sort of national heroes. But let's get back on track. So we were talking about Cao Cao. Now let's focus on Zhang Fei. Like, how do you guys envision him as a commander? Or did you already said everything you had to say about him?
I
Um,
don't know a lot about him, so there's not a lot I could
Okay,
really
Astolfo?
add.
I'd say I kind of said my piece on him. I think I don't know where I would put him honestly. That we'll see. Because I think Lubu is your supreme shock cav in my mind. But again, like Shlomi said, that's from a Western perspective, right? And this game is no longer a Western game. So
Mm-hmm. So
if Zhang
Shlomi.
Fei is a much more famous shock cavalry in China, or just has a very cult following and niche following, and they chose to do him for that, then I totally understand that too, right?
Okay, Shlomi?
Yeah, I feel like Lu Bu and Zhang Fei both are characters that were more famous for their actual battle skills than their commanding skills. So I'll put them in anywhere where they're just flat out damage dealers, especially Zhang Fei. He's like go in, deal damage, go out if he's implemented though. I don't know.
Okay,
I would
so
agree with that completely, actually.